Touch. So you can see immediately, very simple UI, very streamlined and focused. If you're familiar with Photoshop Touch or Photoshop on the desktop, it looks nothing like this. And so one of our goals with Photoshop Touch was to really reimagine what it would be on a tablet. This is one of the things that we wanted to do is make it really easy and approachable beyond the price point for novice users and new users to take advantage of the capabilities and to learn how to use it. So we included a bunch of tutorials. And so here are some examples of the tutorials that we've included to walk the user through the capabilities of the product. The first one I'll point out is Dramatic Flare. So great example, this is what it is before, this is what it is after. If I know nothing about Photoshop, I can easily step through what it means to actually have composites and layers and add special effects onto my artwork. So again, a very simple UI. At the top you can see some of the special functions and capabilities. On the left-hand side you can see all of the different tools. Again, if you're familiar with Photoshop, these icons seem very familiar. If you're not familiar, you can see that we have special call-outs about what each of the tools are. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that our tutorial steps are clearly illustrated. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see that we have the different layers. So again, taking the same metaphors and paradigms with Photoshop Touch and with Photoshop and bringing them to Photoshop Touch. So in this case, I'm going to go through the tutorial and I'm going to tap the top layer as it says. And the next thing it says is to select Keep Selection. Next it says to paint around the edges of the woman's shape. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Again, really easy. I'm using the tool that's called the Scribble Selection tool. And this is a great example of a feature that was actually created specifically for the tablet. So the user has this direct manipulation. They can just simply tap the screen and touch the screen. They don't have to be very precise, as you can see. And then what you'll see is Photoshop Touch will compute and it will actually create a mask automatically for the user. It's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Next, what we'll do is we'll make it a little bit smoother. So I'll select Refine Edge, and then again, so easy for Photoshop Touch. What I'll do is I'll just clearly clean up the edges around the woman's body and her hat. And what Photoshop Touch will do is it'll automatically refine this and recompute what that mask should be. And as you can see, we got a little bit better precision around the outsides of the woman's body. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add another layer from the selection that I've made. And so I'm going to select that. And what that's done is it's basically pulled together a completely different layer on the right-hand side without the background in the image. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that middle layer, and then you can see the background automatically shine through. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the woman yet again, and I'm going to add some special effects to her. In this case, I'm going to use the Sleepy Hollow effect. And again, it's that easy to add special effects to my image. And with Photoshop Touch, what's unique about it is I have all of these different controls, so I can change the intensity very simply. And I can go ahead and apply that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an effect to the overall image. And I'm going to go ahead and hold on just a second. I'm going to select that layer. I'm going to do a little something with the background image. And then I can do things like really blur out the background. And yet again, you can see that I have all of this capability. I can control the angle of it as well as the level of blur that I apply. And I can go ahead and apply. And so that's one example of using the Scribble Selection tool to quickly do a composite, add some special effects, and all within a matter of seconds, which I think is pretty exciting. Let me show you one more tutorial, which I think is exciting, and that's the one of the things that we focused on is because it's Photoshop and because tablets have a camera built in, wouldn't it be fun to actually use the camera as a way of adding a layer into my composite? So I'm going to create a camera layer. Again, before, after, I'm going to go ahead and begin the tutorial. For this demonstration, I'm actually not going to go through the steps. I'm going to just do it quickly for you. But I basically add an empty layer. And I'm going to drag that layer down. Again, this is all intended to give the user the feel that now I'm understanding about layers. It's easy to drag and drop those layers. It's easy for me to add things like camera fill. Again, a feature that's specific to Photoshop Touch, not in the desktop version. Who wants?
I want.
You want it? Okay, good. I love it. Love that. Okay. So I'm gonna go.
I'm a pirate.
You're a pirate. Excellent. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transform. I'm gonna fix your hat a little bit. It needs to be a little bit smaller. There we go. How's that fit? Ah, perfect. And then, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix your eye patch, which seems a little large. I'll transform that as well. And hopefully I can move it with my finger. I need smaller fingers. Okay. And there, I'm a perfectionist. Sorry, Stefan.
It's okay.
I know Stefan's like, come on. And there you go. It's as easy as that. And so there you go. I quickly added a composite, and now I can share it out on Facebook as I want. So again, Photoshop Touch, super easy to use, features that are specific to the tablet, and priced in a way that I think many people will be excited about getting Photoshop Touch. Okay?
Can you show quickly the different layers?
Yes, I can show. One other thing that I want to show you is, actually, let me go, hold on. One thing that's really interesting is one of the things that you can do is you can, I just want to show you real quick, hold on. This is just a quick example. One of the things that's really fun with the layers is to actually do things like, hold on, give me a sec. One of the things is for layers, sometimes it's really fun to show users how you can actually look at the different layers. This is actually looking at the layers with the accelerometer, and so you can see it's just a really visually fun way, once again, to teach people what layers are all about. Okay. And then let me go ahead and close that.